Lucky numbers, 6 surprising numbers to focus and get rich on Sunday, 20th April 2025, Buddhist teachings. What if the key to unlocking lasting success, true wealth, and deep inner peace wasn't hidden in effort alone, but encoded in numbers, quietly shaping your path? Now we explore how certain numbers, rooted in ancient Buddhist understanding and the rhythm of the cosmos, can become powerful symbols guiding you toward harmony and abundance. This isn't just about material gain, it's about alignment, inner clarity, outer success, and the invisible thread that connects your intentions to outcomes. Sounds unbelievable? Stay with me. Once you understand the deeper meaning behind these sacred numbers, you may begin to see life unfold in ways that feel less like coincidence and more like awakening. And who knows? Perhaps the number your life has been waiting for is already trying to find you. 1. Number 22. The Master Builder. The number 22, known as the Master Builder, holds a rare energy that connects the spiritual and material worlds, guiding us toward lasting success when we act with clarity and purpose. In Buddhist thought, our outer world reflects our inner foundation. When rooted in vision, virtue, and wise effort, life aligns with harmony and abundance. Number 22 shows us that true prosperity isn't just financial. It's about building a life where our values, dreams, and actions work together. It blends deep insight with practical ambition, urging us to dream wisely and take steady, grounded steps. For those aged 30 to 65, balancing careers, family, and personal growth, 22 reminds us that success comes from patience, clarity, and compassion, not shortcuts. Financial stability starts with mindful choices, setting goals, managing money, learning, and growing. These aren't just smart moves, they're acts of self-respect. Books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad change how we see wealth, and Buddhism teaches that mindset shapes action. So, transforming how we think is the first step toward building the life we want. Number 22 also calls for courage, to plant seeds of hope, even if we can't yet see the harvest. It reflects the heart of Buddhist practice, trust in effort and timing. Beyond the individual, 22 stands for unity and collaboration. Like a skilled architect who brings people and resources together, those influenced by 22 build with purpose and teamwork. In today's world of stress and competition, it reminds us that true success is shared and sustained by community. Aligned with Buddhist interdependence, 22 teaches that prosperity ripples outward. It uplifts everyone around us. And ultimately, 22 shows that luck isn't chance. It's created through consistent effort, wise choices, and long-term vision. Wealth is more than money. It's peace, trust, and a lasting legacy. As Sunday, April 20th, 2025 approaches, let number 22 be more than a symbol. Let it remind you that you're the builder of your destiny, and that when you align spiritual values with practical action, abundance naturally follows. 2. Number 8. Prosperity, abundance, and energetic flow. On this special Sunday, April 20th, 2025, let's take a deeper look into one of the most meaningful and powerful numbers, number 8. This isn't just any lucky number. It holds a timeless significance that connects both spiritual and material realms. In many cultures, especially in the East, the number 8 is cherished as a symbol of infinite wealth, unbroken flow, and prosperous cycles. In Buddhism, it's even more profound. The Noble Eightfold Path, taught by the Buddha as the way to end suffering, is built upon 8 practices that guide us to live wisely, act compassionately. So when we talk about number 8, we're not only talking about money, we're talking about a life of balance, ethical living, and mindful success. The shape of the number 8 itself, if you look closely, is an unending loop, a gentle reminder that life is a continuous cycle of giving and receiving. Ask yourself, how am I flowing with life right now? Am I holding on too tightly, or am I letting abundance move through me with grace? True wealth doesn't come from clinging or chasing, it comes from alignment. People who naturally resonate with the energy of 8 tend to have a grounded approach to finances. They respect the value of effort, make smart decisions, and know how to sustain what they build. But you don't have to be born under a lucky star to access this energy. You can invite the essence of 8 into your life simply by being intentional. Try this. Place the number 8 somewhere you'll see every day, on your phone screen, your journal, or even at your desk. Not as a superstition, but as a symbol. A reminder that success isn't a sprint, but a rhythm. As the Dhammapada says, as a flower that is lovely and full of color but has no fragrance, even so, fruitless are the fair words of one who does not act accordingly. Let your actions mirror your values. Let your pursuit of prosperity be infused with kindness, discipline, and mindfulness. Because in the end, true richness is not just in your bank account, it's in your heart, your relationships, and the peace you bring to others. What does wealth mean to you, really? And are you building it in a way that nourishes your soul, not just your lifestyle? These are the reflections we walk with, together, on the journey of wisdom. 3. Number 17, the disciplined warrior. This number holds the quiet power of resilience, focus, and steady commitment. When you embrace 17 as a guiding energy, you're not just calling in luck, you're aligning yourself with the spirit of perseverance that Buddhism honors deeply. In the Buddhist path, success is not measured by speed, but by consistency and intention. The number 17 reminds us that every small, committed action adds up. Just like a river slowly carves its way through stone, not by force, but through persistence. Have you ever felt discouraged by how far your goals seem? 17 invites you to shift your focus. Instead of waiting for one big moment, it encourages you to honor each little milestone along the way. Think of 17 as a compass in the storm. It won't remove the winds, but it will keep you facing your true north. Whether you're starting a business, building a new habit, or getting your finances in order, 17 teaches that it's not the size of your progress that matters most, but your ability to stay consistent. It's about showing up, especially on the days you feel like quitting. How would your life change if you treated every setback as a training ground instead of a failure? That's the essence of this number. It transforms struggle into strength. In fact, those who carry the energy of 17 begin to see each difficulty as an opportunity to grow, just like a warrior becomes sharper with each challenge faced. Buddhism teaches us to greet adversity with calm and patience, not to escape it, but to understand it and move beyond it. So too does the energy of 17 lead us gently but firmly toward wealth, not just in money, but in wisdom, health, and inner peace. This number also encourages you to stay financially mindful. Create a plan, stick to it, and know that wealth built slowly is often wealth that lasts. Are you setting intentions that are rooted in your deeper purpose? Because 17 doesn't support shortcuts. It supports strength, strategy, and spiritual alignment. It tells us that material success is most fulfilling when it comes from disciplined action aligned with our core values. Just as a seasoned monk repeats the same mantra daily with patience and faith, the disciplined warrior repeats actions that align with their vision, even when no reward is in sight, trusting that each effort is a seed that will blossom in time. The lesson of 17 is simple yet powerful. Success belongs to those who stay the course. Keep walking your path. Every step counts. If you're still watching, you're already aligning with the wisdom of prosperity through Buddhist teachings. Comment below with "Lucky Focus" to show your commitment to attracting abundance this Sunday, April 20th, 2025. Stay with us until the end. These 6 surprising lucky numbers might just be the shift your financial journey needs. Let's walk the path to mindful wealth together. 4. Number 9. The wisdom of completion and selfless success. The number 9 carries a sacred resonance in both numerology and Buddhist teachings, symbolizing the profound wisdom that comes with completion, maturity, and the subtle art of selfless success. In Buddhist philosophy, 9 is more than just a number. It reflects the culmination of the noble path, the stage where ego dissolves and compassion, insight, and service take its place. It reminds us of the final steps of the Bodhisattva, who, after attaining great wisdom, chooses to remain in the world not for personal gain, but to uplift others. As the Dhammapada teaches, if with a pure mind a person speaks or acts, happiness follows them like a never-departing shadow. This mirrors the energy of 9, urging us to ask deeper questions before any decision, especially financial ones. Does this action serve only me, or can it also serve the world? This question anchors us in alignment with values beyond material wealth. Modern life often pushes us toward chasing more, faster, louder, but the number 9 calls for quiet reflection, meaningful generosity, and intentional living. Whether you're planning your investments, starting a new project, or closing an old chapter, consider setting a 9-week cycle of mindful focus. Dedicate this time to release what's outdated, embrace service, and align your energy with growth that uplifts not just you, but also your family, your community, and the world around you. This is not about sacrificing success, but about redefining it. When your goals are fueled by purpose and compassion, success becomes a byproduct of your integrity. As the Dalai Lama once said, our prime purpose in this life is to help others, and if you can't help them, at least don't hurt them. Let the number 9 guide you, not as a superstition, but as a symbol of the wise path, where wealth is not just what you gain, but also what you give. 5. Number 6. The harmony between spirit and material. Let's talk about the number 6, not just as a digit, but as a symbol of deep harmony between your inner world and the material life you're building. This number holds powerful meaning, especially when we think about love, responsibility, and balance. When you're chasing financial success or striving to achieve something big, number 6 gently reminds you, true wealth isn't only about how much money you make, but how aligned you are with your values, your loved ones, and your spiritual path. In Buddhist teachings, This number connects with the 6 paramitas, the 6 perfections: generosity, discipline, patience, diligence, meditation, and wisdom. These aren't just ideals for monks on a mountain, they're real-life tools you can apply every day. So ask yourself, as I move toward my goals, am I also nurturing kindness? Am I staying patient and disciplined, even when things are tough? Am I making space for quiet reflection so I can make wiser decisions? The energy of 6 encourages you to bring your heart into everything you do, especially when it comes to money. Use this number as a reminder to set intentions that are good for your wallet and your well-being. Let your wealth building be a path of service, one that strengthens your relationships, protects your peace of mind, and creates something meaningful for others. When your ambition is guided by compassion, you won't just get rich, you'll grow rich in spirit too. So the lesson here is simple but powerful. Build with love, grow with purpose, and let balance be your guide. What will you choose to create this week that brings harmony into both your heart and your home? 6. Number 3. Creative energy and bold new beginnings. On Sunday, April 20th, 2025, as the sun rises and a new week begins, we're invited to focus on a powerful number that holds deep symbolic and spiritual meaning, not just in numerology, but in Buddhist teachings as well. That number is 3. It may seem simple at first, just a small digit among many, but it carries with it a profound message of creation, movement, and new beginnings. Think about your own life for a moment. Have you been feeling stuck, unsure, or just in need of a spark to begin again? The energy of the number 3 gently nudges you to wake up to the creative power within you. It's a sacred number in Buddhism, representing the 3 jewels: the Buddha, our potential for awakening, the Dharma, the teachings that guide us, and the Sangha, the community that supports us. These 3 form the foundation of the path, and when we align ourselves with them, we're reminded that we're never alone on our journey. In the realm of manifestation and prosperity, the number 3 is often seen as the start of transformation. Just as a seed must break through the soil before it can blossom, so too must we take that first brave step, even when the path ahead isn't fully clear. You might ask yourself, what am I being called to create right now? That's not always an easy question, but the number 3 teaches us that we don't need all the answers to begin. As the Buddha once said, there are only 2 mistakes one can make along the road to truth: not going all the way and not starting. So today, ask yourself, are you waiting for everything to be perfect before you begin, or are you willing to honor the moment as it is and take the first step anyway? When you connect with the energy of 3, you begin to notice its rhythm in your daily life. Try starting your mornings with a simple practice. Write down 3 goals or intentions. They don't have to be huge. Maybe it's something like drink more water, take a mindful walk, or call someone I love. These small actions create momentum, and where there is movement, there is clarity. You might notice that once you begin doing, new ideas and opportunities begin to emerge. It's no coincidence. 3 is the number of the first true act of creation. It follows 1 and 2, the seed and the soil, and it becomes the sprout. It represents a leap of faith. It's the courage to say, I'm ready to grow, even if I don't yet know how high I'll reach. In Buddhism, nothing is static. The teaching of impermanence reminds us that all things are in motion, always changing. So why not move with it? Let the number 3 be your companion when fear whispers that you're not ready, When doubt tells you to wait, remember this Zen teaching: leap, and the net will appear. When we act from a place of trust and creative flow, the universe meets us halfway. Maybe it's the job opportunity that finally opens up, or the conversation that leads to something more. But none of it happens unless you take that first courageous step. I want to share something personal with you. There was a time in my own life when I felt completely stuck, overwhelmed by the weight of indecision. I kept telling myself I needed more time, more planning, more certainty. But then I remembered the simplicity of the number 3. I began each morning by doing 3 things: writing 3 ideas, taking 3 mindful breaths, reaching out to 3 people. Slowly, something shifted. Life began to respond to my small, consistent efforts. That's the magic of 3. It's not about massive transformation overnight. It's about honoring the process, embracing movement, and trusting that clarity comes through action, not before it. So, as you move through this Sunday, I encourage you to reflect. What new beginning is calling to me? What small step can I take today to honor it? It could be something you've been putting off for weeks, or it might be a dream you've been quietly nurturing for years. The number 3 reminds us that it's never too late to begin again. You don't need to see the whole staircase, just take the first step. In doing so, you align with the very essence of Dharma, the living, breathing path of change, growth, and awakening. Let this number be more than just a symbol. Let it be your intention today. And as we continue this journey of wisdom together, may you remember that within you lives a powerful creative force, waiting for your permission to begin. Embrace the spark. Start with 3. Where might it lead you? Thank you for spending time with us in today's video, exploring the 6 surprising lucky numbers to focus on this Sunday, April 20th, 2025, through the lens of Buddhist wisdom. It's a joy to have you here on the Journey of Wisdom, where we blend ancient teachings with modern life. If today's insight spoke to you, we love to hear from you. Feel free to share your thoughts, reflections, or even how these numbers might align with your journey. If you're new here, simply drop a comment saying, "I am a seeker." And if you've been walking this path with us for a while, write, "I am grounded." Your presence and engagement are deeply appreciated and help us keep this peaceful space growing. Now, let's continue unfolding the path together. Numerical wisdom, Buddhist teachings on success, wealth, and inner peace. In Buddhism, numbers are more than just tools for counting or calculation. They are living symbols of wisdom and balance. From the 4 Noble Truths to the Noble Eightfold Path, numbers have always been present in the Buddhist teachings as markers to guide us back to ourselves. Today, in the rush of modern life and the constant pursuit of material success, understanding the energy and spiritual meaning behind numbers can help us rediscover inner peace, find clearer direction, and plant the seeds for a more fulfilling life. In this part of the video, we'll explore how numbers, when viewed through the lens of mindfulness, can become subtle yet powerful tools to attract success, nurture your inner world, and live in harmony with the universe. Let's begin this journey with an open mind and a peaceful heart. Number 1. Buddhist view of numbers. In Buddhist philosophy, numbers are not simply tools for measuring or calculating. They are living symbols, each carrying a vibration that resonates with the fundamental truths of existence. While the modern world often treats numbers as fixed, rational constructs used in finance or science, Ancient Buddhist traditions invite us to see them as expressions of cosmic harmony and spiritual insight. In this light, numbers like 17 and 22 are not random. They hold symbolic power that can influence the mind, body, and spirit when properly understood. The Buddha often spoke in numbers to structure his teachings: the Four Noble Truths, the Eightfold Path, the Five Precepts, not to create limits, but to illuminate the steps toward liberation and inner peace. As the Dhammapada says, all that we are is the result of what we have thought. The mind is everything. When we reflect on numbers from this deeper perspective, we begin to see that they are not cold or impersonal. They are rhythms of the universe that, when aligned with, help us cultivate harmony, attract abundance, and live more wisely. Many Eastern teachings describe numbers as energetic signatures that reveal patterns in our lives. Just as the seasons follow a numerical rhythm, so too do our opportunities, challenges, and inner transformations. The number 17, for instance, can be viewed as a symbol of spiritual growth through overcoming difficulty. It is seen by some traditions as the energy of transformation. Meanwhile, 22 is often considered the master builder number, connected to the realization of dreams through practical effort. These ideas are not superstitions. They reflect the Buddhist principle of paticca samuppada, or dependent origination, which teaches that everything arises from conditions. In the same way, when we align with the right energies, through intention, wisdom, and mindfulness, we create the conditions for success and prosperity to arise naturally. As Thich Nhat Hanh beautifully said, when we are mindful, deeply in touch with the present moment, our understanding of what is going on deepens, and we begin to be filled with acceptance, joy, peace, and love. Numbers can be a gateway to this mindfulness when we approach them with the right understanding. Today, many of us are searching for balance between work and life, between spiritual well-being and material stability. In this modern context, Buddhist numerical wisdom offers a powerful yet subtle tool for reflection. Instead of chasing success externally, we can start by recognizing the natural rhythms in our lives. Are we acting in alignment with our values? Are we resisting or flowing with life's cycles? These are the kinds of questions that numerical symbolism can prompt. Just as a farmer plants seeds in the right season, we too must act in harmony with the energies around us. When we do, we find that success does not have to be forced. It emerges naturally, like a lotus rising from the mud. To apply this practically, consider starting your day with a brief reflection on one meaningful number, a number that resonates with your intentions. Use it as a focus point, a small reminder to walk mindfully and act with purpose. As the Buddha said, what we think, we become. If our thoughts and actions move in rhythm with universal truths, even symbolized through numbers, we can begin to craft lives that are not only successful in worldly terms, but also deeply peaceful and fulfilling at the soul level. Number 2, the spiritual magnetism of numbers. Let's talk about something that might sound mysterious at first: how numbers, when used with intention, can actually help attract success and inner peace into your life. It's easy to think this idea belongs only in superstition or fantasy, but if we slow down and really look at it through the lens of awareness, it starts to make more sense. Numbers aren't just tools for counting. They can also carry a certain energy, a rhythm, a vibration. In Buddhism, we often say that the outer world reflects our inner state. So, if we approach these numbers with clarity and purpose, they can become gentle reminders, guides that help us shape our mindset and actions in ways that invite prosperity and calm into our lives. Have you ever noticed how your mood shifts depending on what you focus on? That's the principle we're working with here. Think of these numbers not as magic, but as spiritual signposts. When you see them, they remind you of what you're working toward, like tiny nudges from the universe, keeping you aligned. Let's say you choose a number that symbolizes abundance to you. Instead of just thinking about it once and forgetting it, you make it part of your environment. You set it as your phone's wallpaper, write it on a sticky note in your wallet, or place it somewhere on your desk where you see it often. What's really happening here? You're training your mind to return again and again to your intention: prosperity, success, peace. In Buddhist practice, this is similar to using malas, prayer beads, or chanting mantras. The object itself doesn't bring the change. It's the mindfulness and repetition that shift your energy and open your mind to possibilities. The number becomes a symbol of your ongoing commitment, and over time, your thoughts, words, and actions begin to naturally align with that energy. It's subtle, but powerful. So the real question becomes, what do you want to attract into your life? And are your daily habits supporting that intention? This is where practice comes in. You don't need to believe in anything supernatural. Just be willing to work with your mind. And when you do, you'll notice that your focus sharpens, your confidence grows, and your life slowly begins to reflect the clarity inside of you. The numbers are simply one of many tools that can support that journey. Here's the lesson to carry with you today. Success is not just about hard work. It's also about alignment. The small rituals we create, like keeping a number close to remind us of abundance, help train the mind to stay focused and open. When we align our inner world with our outer actions, we stop chasing prosperity and start attracting it. So ask yourself today, what number speaks to your heart, and how can you use it to shape your path forward? Number 3. Using numbers as tools for manifestation. Let's talk about something powerful yet often overlooked. How numbers, when approached with mindfulness, can become more than just symbols on a page. They can actually become companions on your spiritual journey. Now, I know that might sound unusual at first, but stay with me. In the teachings of Buddhist wisdom, every element of life, including numbers, carries energy. When you take a moment each day to slow down, breathe, and meditate with intention, numbers can transform into tools that help you manifest not only success and wealth, but also inner peace. So let me ask you this. Have you ever thought about the energy behind the numbers you keep seeing or using in your life? What if they weren't random, but rather gentle nudges, guiding you toward alignment, purpose, and balance? Here's a practice I truly believe can change the way you relate to both your inner world and the outer one. Sit quietly, close your eyes, and take several deep, grounding breaths. Choose a number that resonates with you. Maybe it's one you've been drawn to lately, or one that represents something meaningful to you. Now, visualize this number not just as a digit, but as a living frequency. See it glowing with warmth, radiating light, compassion, clarity, abundance. Let it wash over your mind and settle into your heart. This isn't just daydreaming. It's a deeply intentional act that aligns your thoughts and emotions with the kind of life you want to create. And the more you do it, the more natural it becomes, like watering a seed that gradually grows into a strong, steady tree. Some Buddhist teachers speak of silently repeating the number during meditation, almost like a mantra. The repetition isn't just for focus. It's a way to invite the energy of that number into your subconscious. It starts to shape your thoughts, your decisions, your emotions. Think of it as tuning your inner instrument to the right frequency, so that your actions, your words, and even your thoughts are more harmonious with your intentions. Isn't it beautiful that something so simple can carry so much spiritual weight? Now ask yourself, what number do you feel drawn to? And what does it represent for you? Is it balance, freedom, growth? The real magic begins when you start each morning with that number in your mind. It becomes your silent affirmation, a guiding light throughout the day. You're not just hoping for abundance, you're stepping into the energy of it, fully present and ready to receive. And in doing so, you're not only drawing success closer, but also reconnecting with a deeper sense of peace that goes beyond material wealth. Because in the end, what we're really seeking is not just what we can gain, but who we become in the process of receiving. So, what number will you carry with you today, and what story will it help you tell? If these teachings spoke to your heart, it's a sign you're ready to welcome fortune with intention and clarity. Comment "Mindful Riches" below to seal your intention for wealth guided by purpose. Stay until the very end. There's deeper insight waiting that could transform your financial path. Number 4. Astrological timing and the power of numbers. Astrological timing has long been respected across many wisdom traditions, and in the context of Buddhist-inspired teachings, we can understand it as a way of attuning our lives to the natural rhythms of the universe. Numbers, when observed through both spiritual and astrological lenses, can carry energies that are more pronounced during specific times of the year, and April stands out as a particularly potent month. As the Earth shifts into a new season and the celestial bodies find renewed alignment, the energy they emit becomes more vibrant, especially around certain numerical vibrations. This convergence offers a meaningful opportunity to bring greater awareness to how we set our intentions and align our efforts, both materially and spiritually. When astrology suggests that certain numbers gain power, it isn't about superstition. It's an invitation to tune into patterns that already exist within the larger fabric of reality. April, therefore, becomes more than just a month. It becomes a window through which we can harness motivation, set mindful goals, and strengthen our inner resolve. Numbers that are amplified during this time are not just tools for gaining wealth in the financial sense, but also for cultivating a richer inner life, emotional clarity, mental balance, and spiritual depth. In a world where people between the ages of 30 to 65 often juggle many responsibilities, careers, families, financial pressures, it's easy to lose touch with the quieter, wiser voice within. These auspicious numbers serve as reminders to pause and realign. They become a kind of compass, guiding us to make wiser choices, speak with more intention, and act in ways that reflect both our outer goals and inner values. Whether you're starting a new project, making a financial decision, or simply seeking more peace in your day-to-day life, this month's numerological energy offers a moment to reconnect with the deeper currents that guide all things. Instead of rushing, take time to reflect. How do your choices align with your heart? Are your goals supporting your growth or draining your energy? By aligning with these powerful energies now, you can lay a foundation for not only worldly success, but also a life lived in harmony with the deeper truths of the universe. Number 5. Recognizing signs of abundance. When you start paying attention to the subtle energies around you, especially those tied to certain numbers or moments of synchronicity, you might begin to notice something beautiful unfolding in your life. A job opportunity appears just when you need it. An old client returns with renewed interest. A little extra money shows up when you weren't expecting it. These aren't just lucky breaks or happy accidents. They're gentle nudges from the universe, reflecting the harmony you're beginning to cultivate within yourself. In the teachings of the Buddha, everything arises from causes and conditions. So when you align your mind and actions with positive intentions, you also start planting the seeds for abundance to grow in your life. These signs might seem small at first, but they carry deep meaning. They are confirmations, signals that you are on the right path. The question is, are you present enough to recognize them and grateful enough to welcome them? Gratitude plays a powerful role here. The more you appreciate what you already have, the more you open the door for even greater blessings to enter. In Buddhism, this isn't about magical thinking. It's about understanding the law of cause and effect. When your heart is filled with thankfulness, your mind becomes less greedy, less fearful, and more open to life. And this openness naturally draws good things toward you. As one Zen proverb says, when you realize nothing is lacking, the whole world belongs to you. So, the next time you receive even the smallest sign of success, whether it's a kind word, a helping hand, or a peaceful moment, take a breath and say, "Thank you." That simple act of gratitude strengthens your connection to abundance more than you might realize. As you walk this path, continue to trust that what you're seeing now is only the beginning. These initial signs are like the first raindrops before a nourishing storm. Stay focused, stay grateful, and most importantly, stay generous. Generosity is the true wealth that multiplies when shared. How are you giving back as your life begins to bloom? Are you sharing your good fortune, your wisdom, or even just your time with others? That too is part of the cycle of abundance. The more you give without clinging, the more you receive without needing. So here's what we can take with us today. Abundance starts small, shows up quietly, and grows through gratitude and generosity. Recognize the signs, honor them, give thanks for them, and remember, when your inner world is rich with mindfulness and compassion, your outer world will reflect that richness back to you in more ways than you can count. Number 6. Practical uses, making strategic decisions. When it comes to the Buddhist path to success, wealth, and inner peace, many people are surprised to learn that numbers, yes, even numbers, can hold a special kind of wisdom. But we're not talking about superstition or luck. We're talking about mindfulness in action, even in the world of financial and life decisions. Now, think about this. How often do we rush into choices, whether it's an investment, a career move, or a personal project, without truly aligning them with our inner values? In Buddhist thought, numbers can be symbolic reminders, quiet signposts that help bring awareness and clarity into our decision-making process. So instead of seeing numbers as magical answers, we can treat them as gentle nudges to stay aligned with our goals, ethics, and deeper intentions. Let's say you're considering putting your money into a business or a stock. Rather than chasing after trends or gambling on risky bets, take a moment to reflect. Does this investment reflect what you truly value? Does it support long-term harmony, not just short-term gain? Here, numbers might play a role, not in predicting outcomes, but in helping you create a sense of intention. For instance, you might feel drawn to invest on a date that carries personal meaning, or set financial goals based on numbers that symbolize balance or growth for you. When we make decisions from this place of intention, we invite a kind of energy that supports mindful success, not hurried ambition. And this principle doesn't only apply to big investments. Maybe you're thinking about starting a new project, saving for something meaningful, or even setting up a new routine. What if you let numbers serve as daily reminders to stay focused, compassionate, and aware of your direction? For example, setting aside a specific amount of money every week, or committing to work on your dream project for a set number of days. The actual number isn't what holds power. It's your dedication and the mindful energy you pour into it that truly creates abundance over time. Wealth in the Buddhist sense isn't just about money. It's about living with purpose, with wisdom guiding your every step. Can you feel the difference between chasing results and cultivating outcomes? One leads to burnout, the other to peace. True prosperity grows when your actions, choices, and even your numbers reflect your values. So the next time you face a decision, ask yourself, am I acting out of fear or clarity? Am I aligned with my deeper intentions? Let the answers shape your path. If this message speaks to you, leave a comment below with clarity over fear. Let's remind each other to choose with wisdom, not worry. Number 7. The broader concept of Buddhist wealth. When we talk about wealth in Buddhism, we're not just talking about money in the bank or material possessions. Buddhist wealth is much more expansive. It's a holistic form of prosperity that touches every part of your life: your health, your relationships, your spiritual journey, your emotional peace. It's about living fully and meaningfully in all areas, not just financially. These sacred numbers aren't simply about attracting cash. They're about helping you create a life that feels whole and balanced. Think of it this way: each number holds a specific energy, connected to a different part of your life. One might help boost your physical vitality, another might support your career growth, and yet another might foster deeper connections with the people you love. They're like energetic keys unlocking doors to your potential, not just in wealth, but in happiness, peace, and purpose. In Buddhist teachings, real prosperity means aligning every part of your life in harmony. When you thrive emotionally, your relationships flourish. When you're spiritually grounded, you make better decisions with money. Every area supports the others. The universe doesn't just bless you in one area, it offers abundance everywhere when you're open and aligned with its flow. That's what these numbers help you tap into. But here's the truth: the journey starts with belief. You have to believe you're worthy of abundance, not just in wealth, but in joy, health, love, and growth. These numbers won't magically change your life, but they can act as powerful guides if you're willing to walk the path. Stay focused, keep your intentions clear, and trust the process. Your transformation won't happen overnight, but every mindful decision brings you closer to lasting success. Success through the lens of Buddhism isn't rushed. It's built day by day, with patience, intention, and self-awareness. That's where mindfulness comes in. It's the foundation of this path, the simple yet powerful act of staying present, tuning in, and acting with clarity. And when you begin to use these spiritually charged numbers as part of your mindful practice, you start aligning with a higher vibration. You're no longer making choices blindly, you're making them with purpose. Even if you're not a Buddhist, you can still benefit from this mindset. You don't need to master everything, just become aware. Let these numbers remind you to act with intention. Let them inspire you to pause, reflect, and choose wisely. When you do, you invite the energy of abundance to flow into your life. So what if this month, starting right now, You chose to align yourself with that energy. What if each day you reminded yourself of your goals and made your choices in sync with the wisdom these numbers carry? You'd begin to feel a shift, not all at once, but gradually, step by step, decision by decision. This is the Buddhist path to success, steady, intentional progress. True wealth isn't just about chasing money. It's about living with depth, balance, and purpose. And when you commit to that journey, you'll find that success shows up in ways you never expected, internally and externally. So trust yourself, trust the process, and let these numbers be quiet companions on your path to something greater. And there you have it, 6 powerful numbers, each carrying not just luck, but deep spiritual meaning to guide your path on Sunday, April 20th, 2025. Whether it's the discipline of 17, the creative spark of 3, or the balanced flow of 8, remember, it's not the numbers alone, but your intention and mindful action that turn them into tools for abundance. As we've seen through the lens of Buddhist teachings, true wealth is more than material. It's about living in alignment with purpose, clarity, and compassion. If today's video brought you insight or inspiration, I invite you to like this video, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe to the Journey of Wisdom. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you never miss a moment of clarity, growth, or guidance in our upcoming episodes. Thank you for walking this path with me. Until next time, may you move with purpose, act with kindness, and continue your journey of wisdom.